So in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. It doesn't work on every photo, but it's really perfect for really getting the viewer stuck inside of your photo. You know, it's called selective black and white because it really helps communicate a message. Hey guys, I want to show you in this video how Cliff Hunt, one of my students, went from doing, this is the original raw file and this is what he did. It's called a selective black and white and I absolutely adore it. Cliff Hunt is a funny guy. He came to one of my workshops in Paris and I remember he told me that he spent like $20,000 going through all national parks in the US. And then he came to a workshop with me in Paris. He was doing some coaching. And then he was so blown away by what we did in Paris. Like, he says, he started being emotional. I said, why? He says, I have to go back. I have to spend $20,000 again because with what I learned today, I messed it up. And he went back and reinvented an RV and redid all the national park. It was crazy. Anyway, by the way, my name is Serge Ramelli. I'm a French photographer living in the incroyable city of Paris, France. And I live in the USA. And I try to make 1 or 2 videos a week. I got my work in 120 galleries around the world. 2 years ago, I was the official photographer of Las Vegas, and I published 8 coffee table books. Enough bragging, let me show you how I do this. Let me show you how you do this. This is a very specific technique. It only works when you have like a raw file where there's like a very strong color. Like Cliff took this, he gave me the raw file, because that's what I do in my coaching. People send me their raw files and how they retouch it. And I love what he did, and I wanted to share how I taught him that technique originally. So this one kind of works because you got this big Chicago red sign. So what you do is, the first thing you do is you go here, you go to the color mixer, that's how I do it. And then you take this little tool here for saturation. You find the red, you click and you drag up. Okay, and you can see here that it detected there was some red and some orange. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill the orange, I'm gonna kill the yellow, the green, the aqua, the blue, the purple, and the magenta. So we're almost there, but there's still a lot to do. So I'm gonna show you something crazy. You go here, let's make it straight. That's already good. But that's just our starting point. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the shadow all the way. I know it looks weird, right? But then I'm gonna bring down the highlights all the way. I know it looks weird, right? But check this out. When you hold down the Option key on your keyboard, if you're on a Mac, or the Alt key on Windows, and then you take your black slider, but you have to hold the key. You see I'm holding? Boom. I want to get a lot of blackness. So what you see here in yellow, in black is pure blackness. So I want it to be very dark here. And then let's make it brighter there. Okay. But we have a problem. We have some red that sort of like came here and here. How do we get rid of that? Well, thank you for asking. So first of all, let's crop this photo a little bit. I think the way he did it is let's go 4:5. It's a good crop. It's Instagram. I'm gonna do a similar crop that he did. He did something like this and like this. Okay, good. All right, but now we still have a lot of people here, a lot of cars, a lot of red. So remember, you don't take a photo, you make a photo. So first of all, you have to decide what is the message you want to communicate with your photo. So I want to communicate this beautiful Chicago sign, and you got to take out anything that does not have that message. So all that red, for example, it doesn't have the message. I wanted just a Chicago sign to stand out. So I'm going to take a brush, and on this one, I'm going to take the brush. I'm going to make the flow intensity all the way, and then I'm going to go the saturation all the way down. And I'm going to zoom in by pressing the space bar, and I'm going to erase anything which is not that sun. I'm going to leave that on. That's kind of cool. Maybe even the reflection here, but this I'm going to, oh, actually that's a reflection. No. You know what? Let's take that out. I just want the sign to be, I think that's how he did it, you know, and I'm just going to brush anything. And you see, it's not working 100%. There's still some red left. Why is that? Well, if you remember, what I did is I boosted the red by plus 30%. So you have to do it twice. Okay. So meaning I have to take a new brush, okay, and again, lower the saturation, and then and now it's gonna go pure black and white. The reason is I boosted the red originally by plus 30%. So now maybe the Walgreens sign, we can take this out. I kind of like to leave the red here. Here, there's some red there. You know, you just clean up the images really quick. But that's not all. We need to do like he did. He did some really cool dodge and burn. First, let's add some contrasted photo. I really want to make it pop. But that white is killing me here. That white is killing me. So check this out. What we're going to do is we're going to add a gradient, a big gradient, very strong here. because it's a raw file. It's got lots of detail. Check this out. I'm going to lower the exposure a lot. And now I'm getting all the sky back. But you see the problem now, the building is very dark here. You see, look at this. It's affecting the sky, but also the building. I don't want this. So I'm going to go 3 dots, intersect mask with sky. 3 dots, intersect mask with sky. If you do that, check this out. It's going to go brighter. And now I'm only making the sky darker. Isn't that cool? And I'm not done. I'm going to go here and take another gradient. And I wanted, because I really want people to go inside of the photo. So I'm going to make this a bit darker like that. And on this one thing he did, which was kind of cool, I think, because if you look at the original photo, he erased all the people in the cars and he made this a bit brighter. I kind of like that. I want to try to do that. So I'm going to take a brush like he did, put it in the 70s, add a bit of exposure, and I want to make this white thing sort of pop out. And maybe here you see, yeah, look at that. And it's making really this pop out. Look at this, before, after. Now we need to erase the people, all the people. So we're going to do 3 things. First thing, we're going to go here. I'm going to use a new AI on people. You click on it and it detects where there's people and you say remove, okay? And the problem is that there is cars too, and he erased the car also, which, anyways. So let's do that also. I'm going to go in here, take this tool here, use generative AI, and I'm going to click on the cars here. Maybe erase that, and erase that, and erase here, and click remove. While that's happening, I saved up a few spots for next week. You can book a call with my team. I'd love to see your raw file and help you retouch them. You can book a call. Link is under this video. Now check this out. Look at this here. You see, you've got 3 possibilities. You see, as you press here, I think I like number 1 first. It's kind of clean. And if you want a better job, you can go to Photoshop and do it. It's beyond the point. I think I'm going to add a bit of clarity on this one. Yeah, to make it really pop. And I think I want to add in 1 more gradient for the sky because I love that effect here. I'm going to burn the very top of the sky here like that. But you see, it does it on the building too. So I don't want that. So remember, 3 dots, intersect mask with sky, and it's only going to do it on the building. Check this out. Look at before all the mask and after all the mask. Look at the difference, you know. This is what Cliff did originally. You know, it's kind of similar to what I did. I added more contrast in him. Maybe that's a bit too much. I mean, Cliff is an amazing, amazing photographer. He's coming to many workshops this year. I'd love to see your work too. Book a call with my team. Make sure you subscribe. I have a video coming out very soon where I took an amazing sunset with my iPhone 17. I took an amazing sunset with my Sony 7R5. I printed this, and then I went in the street to see if people could make the difference between the iPhone photo and between the full $5,000 Sony A7R5. Make sure you don't miss this one. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you in another video.